Thanks to all our fans, bettors, and horsemen who participated Saturday afternoon at Delaware Park. We had a big day, no turf, but that didn't slow the bettors down. We had another strong handle Saturday, over 2.2 million in handle. Let's get right to the action in race one. We started with a fast track. We ran with a fast track all afternoon on Saturday. Race one would kick off the popular early pick five. They bet over 60,000 today into the early pick five. Race one's going a mile, 70 yards on a fast track, claiming 5,000. 3 and up, haven't won a race since November 30th or never won 4 were the conditions. Let's check out the action here in race one from our track announcer, Josh Brown.
Away and running. Good speed one from the inside from You Kiddin' Me. Zipper Zappers tap for some speed and looking for justice is right there too. And You Kidding Me, the jockey's having a tough time of it and now finally gets into the stirrups as they go around the turn. Zipper Zappers wide on the track and looking for justice rides the rail. Those are the first 3. Bird King came away a handy 4th, and Hardy Choice is deep on the track in that 5th place spot. Off the meds, dons that red cap in that 6th place position, and Durkin's Call on start 80 was the one who was reluctant to load. Cosilio's second last, and Funkenstein has to come with a gigantic close. So You Kidding Me leads him down the backstretch run and leads 3/4 of a length. But now everybody descends. Zipper Zappers in the yellow, looking for justice is right there too. Bird King is set alive, and the rail belongs to Durkin's Calls. So now the plot thickens already with 4 furlongs to go. Bird King has a nose in front. Durkin's Call tries to counter in second. You Kidding Me just faded like a pricked balloon. On the outside, Hardy Choice has a hot pace to chase, and so does Off the Meds. Here's the 3/8 pole, and Durkin's Call calls the shots. Bird King has no excuses, and Hardy Choice is sitting the golden trip today. And here comes Hardy Choice dipping 3 wide and blows past Durkin's Call and Bird King. Looking for justice tries to rally with Off the Meds, and they're homeward bound. Hardy Choice kicks away to a half-length lead. Durkin's Call is running a big race on start 80 today, and now Hardy Choice kicks away by a long neck. Durkin's Call outrunning those odds. Off the Meds is erupting late, and so is Funkenstein. But Hardy Choice is clear at 2-1. Hardy Choice has won it. Second, close. Between Off the Meds and Durkin's Call, Funkenstein was 4th.
It didn't take long for the Jamie Ness and jockey Jamie Rodriguez machine to find the winner's circle on Saturday. Hardy Choice with a nice class relief today goes off 2-1 and gets his 4th lifetime victory. A 5-year-old by Hard Spun pays $6.40. That gives Jamie Ness his 11th win of the meet, and jockey Jamie Rodriguez his 12th win of the meet. They wouldn't be done yet today. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 will kick off the early pick 4. Race 2 was a real nice first level allowance condition for 3 and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track. Take out the 2, but still a nice field of 8 sprinters here in the second. Let's check out the action.
That is in the gate. Away and running. Terrible start for Yahoo Omar. Good speed today from Swifty Devil. And there goes the speed of Alto Belly. And deep on the track, Hammer came away in 3rd. Shipsational is a handy 4th, but that was passed by Intrepid's Legacy, who rides that rail. Right next to that one is Yahoo Omar, who had the awkward start. Willow Creek Road passes Shipsational. And last of all is Shooter's Gotta Shoot. 3.5 furlongs to go. And Alto Belly leads the charge as the second longest shot on the board, but Swifty Devil eyeballs the speed in that 2nd place position. Intrepid's Legacy rides that rail 3 lengths down. Here's the 5/16 pole, and Alto Belly still going as sharp as attack. Swifty Devil trying to bridge that divide ever so slowly. Yahoo Omar in those red blinkers tries to get closer. They turn to the top of the stretch. Alto Belly's the first one to hug that corner and kicks away by a long neck at best. Swifty Devil getting closer every step of the way, and these two to settle the score. It's Swifty Devil who now takes over the lead. Alto Belly stopped to a walk. Hammer's closing late. Shipsational from out of the clouds. Swifty Devil is 17-1 to beat Hammer, Shipsational, and Alto Belly.
The 5-year-old son of Speitzer, Swifty Devil, pulls off the big upset there in race 2, gives trainer Michael Gorham his first win of the meet and the first win of the meet for jockey Raul Mena. A $36.60 win price there on the 4 Swifty Devil in race 2. Let's turn the page here. Race 3 off the turf. Race 3 would kick off the late pick 5 on the 7-race program. We're going a mile and a 16th, claiming, this was a 12,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 20,000. Let's check out the action here in race 3.
Set. Away and running. Nice level start. Let's have a party. Broke the line well. Frosty the Giant's right there too. And McCracken's Ghost is going to be fanned 4 wide with 7.5 furlongs to go. American Unity rides that rail and passed by Chief Alpha. Second to last is Let's Have a Party. And last of all is Candy for Carmel. Around the first turn they go. Paul Luna going to his left on Frosty the Giant shows the way by 2. 3 of them chase the solo act in second past the 6 furlong point. From the inside out, Chief Alpha, Let's Have a Party, and McCracken's Ghost. Then there's a gap of 2 back to American Unity, who rides that rail. And Sam Stormy's in the thick of it too, only 6 lengths off the lead. And the trailer is Candy for Carmel. Midpoint of the backstretch run, Frosty the Giant continues to be the dictating speed. The lead's down to a length and a half. McCracken's Ghost has no excuses as one of the top fancies in the wagering pool. Let's Have a Party rides that rail in that 3rd place position. Candy for Carmel starting to pick them off one by one on the far outside. 3/8 to go. Frosty the Giant's been this long time leader. McCracken's Ghost continues to eyeball the speed and getting closer every step of the way in second. Let's Have a Party's a stagnant 3rd, and Candy for Carmel continues to wind up from the back of the pack. Heads turn for home. McCracken's Ghost confronts Frosty the Giant, and these two go toe-to-toe with 3/16 to go. McCracken's Ghost with a flared nostril in front. Frosty the Giant is digging in, and these two go toe-to-toe inside the furlong grounds. American Unity is showing up late. McCracken's Ghost is not out of the woods yet. Frosty the Giant is resolute on the rail. Frosty the Giant, while drifting out, has won it over McCracken's Ghost, American Unity, and Candy for Carmel.
Well, the 1 Frosty the Giant crossed the wire first. However, the stewards disqualified the 1 for drifting out deep into the stretch and causing interference to the 11 McCracken's Ghost. Therefore, the 11 McCracken's Ghost gets put up for the win, gets his 4th lifetime win today. A nice 5-year-old by McCracken gives a Jamie Nesbarn their 2nd win of the day, and the 2nd win of the day for jockey Jamie Rodriguez. McCracken's Ghost pays $5.20 in race 3. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 was one of our features of the day, a 3rd level allowance condition. Optional claiming 62,500, going a mile and 70 yards on the main track. All 7 runners in race 4 looked pretty good on paper. The 1 Harp's Hot Corner would go off the favorite for Jamie Ness. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
Away and running. Good even start. Rail speed from Harp's Hot Corner today. Ardenwood is tapped for speed. Hit the road, Jack floors it from gate 3, and Point Doom is right there too. And this pace is hot. Shaftsbulla came away in that 4th place position, and up the inside, Cadet Corps in front of 1, and Auto Glide is last of all. So a 3-pronged battle up top. Ardenwood hugs the corner, Hit the Road Jacks in between rivals, and Point Doom. Those 3 couldn't be going any faster today. Hop's Hot Corner with the money on is right there, only 4 lengths off the speed, and Shaft's Bullets a tracking 5th. Cadet Corps rides the inside in 6th, and nothing yet from Auto Glide, who does its best running from the back of the pack. 4.5 furlongs to go, and still a 3-pronged mix-up up front, but here comes a wide move from Shaft's Bullet on the wide outside, and Harp's Corner right there too. So now 2 of them descend on these leaders, and 4 deep is Shaft's Bullet, 3 wide is Harp's Corner, and those 2 take over the lead. And here comes the daunting strides of Auto Glide, who's under the whip on the far outside. Cadet Corps teams up with that rival, and Point Doom calls it a day. The quarter pole's in sight. Harp's Hot Corner has a fight on its hands today. Shaft's Bullet takes the fight to that runner, and Auto Glide has all of this sweet momentum as they turn for home, and Auto Glide swoops to the top with 3/16 to go, and Cadet Corps trying to bully his way through. They have 1 furlong to go, and here's Cadet Corps riding the rail. Auto Glide is trying to stick and stay, but inside the final 100 yards at 8-1, Cadet Corps from off the pace has won it over Auto Glide, Harpsock Corner, and Shafts Bullet.
Well, Cadet Coors goes off 8-1 and real nice ride by jockey Luis Rivera Jr., who ships into town to ride Cadet Coors for trainer Kelly Breen. And Rivera comes right up the rail and wins on this nice 6-year-old son of Will Take Charge. Now 13 lifetime wins. He's made a bunch of money. Cadet Coors pays $18.80 in race 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 off the turf, going a mile 70 on the main track. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in the 5th.
Away and running, slow to go was Phil's on the Run. Latin Rebel was the first one to ping. There's the outside speed of Kitten's Ploy, and Surfin' M rides that rail. So those are the first 3 as they enter the first turn. And My Lucky Ace is pulling hard under the jockey's hands and has nowhere to go. Phil's on the Run is a situated 5th. Kaladin's deep on the track in 6th. Spezia's Sun rides the rail. Sevon second last. And Analyst on debut is last of all. So Latin Rebel emerges from out of the crowd past the 6 furlong pole with a 3/4 of a length lead. My Lucky Ace now is a relaxed second, and Kitten's Ploy's 3 wide for the back of the track run. Surfin' M stalks that trio of speed and gets closer to that 3rd place spot, and Phil's on the Run is 5 wide for the backstretch run. Sevon is chiming in nicely in that 6th place spot. Kaladin is still on hold, but now gets a pop of the crop. Spezia's Sun's in front of 1, and Analyst is picked off that rival as they get ready to turn again. So My Lucky Ace is prepared to take the challenge on. That is the leader. That is Latin Rebel. And Surfin' M lurks behind the both of them. And here he comes with long, graceful strides. Sevon's now gathered 4th. And here's the 5/16 pole. Latin Rebel has his back up against the ropes, trying to press on past this leader on the far outside as they turn for home. It's Latin Rebel who kicks on for the money. Fighting on tenaciously is My Lucky Ace. Surfin' M is starting to get a little bit closer. Sevon's coming with good energy too. 1 furlong to go, and Latin Rebel at 9-2 still has a decisive lead. Surfin' M floundering in second. Sevon's too little too late. Late on the scene is Kaladin, but it's Latin Rebel's win. Latin Rebel has won it over Surfin' M. Sevon and Kaladin's in a photo for 4th.
The 3-year-old son of Holy Boss, Latin Rebel, a homebred for owner, breeder Richard Hackerman and trainer Mark Schumann. Latin Rebel, my only winner of the day, so helped me out a little bit. Latin Rebel pays $11 there to break his maiden in race 5. If you hit the early pick 5 Saturday at Delaware Park, congratulations, you had a nice big score. Early pick 5 paid over $8,500 with Latin Rebel winning race 5. All right, let's turn the page here. The feature on Saturday is race 6 to $100,000 Rehoboth for top filly and mare sprinters going 6 furlongs. Scratch the 2, 5, and the 7. Still a real nice group of filly and mare sprinters here in race 6 to 4. Our Disaster would go off your heavy 1-2 favored. Let's see if she lives up to the hype here in the Rehoboth.
Away and running. Good speed today for Our Disaster. Right next door, Miss Harriet's chiming in, and so is Dree Farrows, and the pace is keen. And Pleasant Embrace came away in that 4th place position. Lonnie's deep on the track, getting a hot pace to chase. And Reagan's Flame is last of all as they have 4.5 furlongs to go in the Rehoboth Stakes. And the long shot, Miss Harriet, trying to turn the tables over the heavy favorite. That's Our Disaster. Pleasant Embrace looms a 3 wide fret on the far outside. Dree Farrows rides that rail, is 4 lengths down off the lead, which is now belonging to Our Disaster. Alani comes under a heavy drive, and Reagan's Flame silently drops away. The quarter pole's in sight, and Our Disaster with the money on kicks away by 3/4 of a confident length. Miss Harriet is going to try to re-rally in second, and Pleasant Embraces 3 paths deep. They're homeward bound, and the Rehoboth Stakes goes through Our Disaster today. Opens up with a confident kick and is opened up by 4. Miss Harriet took a game run. Pleasant Embraces no more to give. Dree Farrows is late on the scene with Alani, but this was a scintillating score in the Rehoboth today. Our Disaster, a nice looking win to beat Miss Harriet, Dree Farrows, Alani, Pleasant Embrace, and Reagan's Flame.
Well, Our Disaster, the 4-year-old filly by Awesome Slew for trainer Safi Joseph Jr., How good is she? She came into the Rehoboth after finishing a good second in a couple grade threes, and she wins big today. They went fast, 109-4 for the winning time for Our Disaster in the Rehoboth. She'll go on and have a real big year. She'll at least win a grade 3, maybe even a grade 2 or grade 1 this year. Nice ride there. Jorge Riaz picks up his second win of the day and gives Safi Joseph a nice win in the Rehoboth. A $3 winner there with Our Disaster in today's feature. All right, let's turn the page here. Our 7th and final race, going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 62.53 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's check out the action in Saturday's finale.
Away and running. Irish Nitro was the first one to go, but right next door Sways of My DNA. Rolly is punching up the inside in third, and Not So Hurley gets a very good pace to chase, and Not So Holy is only about 2 lengths off the lead. Free Drop Bach rides the inside while Dude with the Names had a very wide trip, and Casino Night needs the close from the back of the pack. 3.5 furlongs to go, and Raleigh has that speed on display, but 3 of them try to gang up on this leader. Sways of My DNA is the closest runner to strike the front. Not So Holy is right there too. Dropping out of it is Irish Nitro, and Free Drop Box starts to close in against the rail. With a quarter of a mile left to go, Sways of My DNA is holding on to a 1.5 length lead. Not So Holy's very wide, but continues to bridge that deficit as they turn for home. Sways of My DNA shows the way by a 1.5 lengths. Not So Holy giving game chasing the furlong grounds. Rolly has no more to give. Up the rail, Casino Night and Free Drop Box deep on the track, but Sways in My DNA concludes the day with a 3-1 score. Sways in My DNA has won it over Not So Holy, Casino Night, and Free Drop Box.
The 5-year-old Sways in My DNA by Connect gets his second lifetime win, gives the Mario Saray Jr. barn their second win of the meet. Second win of the day for jockey Raul Mena. Sways in My DNA pays $8.80. Well, the late pick 5 didn't pay $8,500 like the early pick 5 did, but it was nothing to sneeze at. The late pick 5 pays almost $2,000, so congratulations if you had that. Thanks again, once again, to all our fans, bettors, and horsemen for participating Saturday. We had a big day. The handle was over $2.2 million. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll tell you about my best bet and price play for next Wednesday at Delaware Park. Okay, we hope you can join us Wednesday, June 4th here at Delaware Park. We're supposed to have some sunshine next week. Hopefully we'll be on the turf. Races 3, 5, and 7 on Wednesday are scheduled for the turf, so we'll see what happens with that. Race 6 is going to be my best bet of the day on Wednesday. The morning line odds weren't out yet when we did this replay show, but the 2 Bolo de Crema is going to be the favorite in race 6 for trainer Jamie Ness. 3-year-old filly by Mosler had a big impressive win May 21st. This meet here at Delaware with Jamie Rodriguez aboard. Jamie Rod back aboard for Jamie Ness. I think the 2 Bolo de Crema is going to be awfully tough to beat in race 6. Race 7 is a nice first level allowance condition, going 1 1/16 on the turf course. Hopefully we'll be on the turf, and my price play of the day is going to come in race 7. That's going to be the 1 Round Top, who I think will be a decent price in there for Grand Motion. Danny Centeno will ride. Centeno was aboard this horse for a couple tries last year. Round Top had a nice maiden score on the Delaware turf last year and a good third also on the Delaware turf. Had a big second against Allowance Company at Colonial last summer with Centennial aboard. Hasn't run well in his 2 tries at Gulfstream back in February this year, but he's been freshened up since then. Hopefully Motion has him ready to roll. A 4-year-old by Warfront. I think the one Round Top will get a ground-saving trip and run big in race 7. Hopefully we'll get a nice price on the one Round Top. So that's my best bet and price play for Wednesday. We hope you can join us. Hopefully we'll have enough sunshine to be on the turf. Thanks again for being with us Saturday. We'll see you next Wednesday.